Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Ba'ashem Rakah Chodash, my name is Yaakov from Plaintables camp. This is an example of Esau's wrath. You have two like Edomite cops attack this deaf Jake. I think he has cerebral, he says deaf. And they charge him with assault and like resisting. It says a Phoenix officer who attacked a deaf man. The man now faces felony charges as officers say the man was resisting. So he lifts his hands up, and when you lift your hands up, they have to go forward and then up. So when he lifted his hands up and they were pointed at him, he said, "Oh, those are fists about trying to attack me, trying to fight me." Right, but the officer immediately like jumped on him. All right, you would normally do that when there's an immediate danger, physical threat. You immediately ran up on this guy. All right, so the officer lost emotional control and went 0 to 100 without thinking, or he was thinking that he's wanted to beat his ass. All right, because he's Jake. All right, and Esau, Edom. He has a hatred for Israel, and especially for the tribe of Judah. All right, and the Southern Kingdom has a special hatred. All right, you really want to see Jake broken in pieces. So that's because of King David. All right, let's let this video play.
Are all demanding action because of an ABC 15 investigation.
We exposed the video showing two Phoenix police officers immediately going after a deaf man with cerebral palsy, then repeatedly punching.
Hey, buddy, stop where you're at. Have a seat.
All right, you under attack by a complete stranger. He's minding his business. And a complete stranger just comes out of nowhere and just attacks you.
Taser, taser, taser. Get your hands behind your back. Get your hands behind your back. Get your hands behind your back. Get your hands behind your back.
All right, this is pure hatred. It's ABC 15 Arizona. Phoenix police officer testified in controversial case. This is pure hatred. All right. So these devils think he's a threat.
Hold him. Move.
Right, so a link will be in the description box for the rest. So go to their testimony. He put his arms up. I thought he was going to start punching me. Why did you run up on another man and expect for it to just go well? See, these police and these Edomites are extremely arrogant. So this guy was kicked out of the store, and then he started shifting the blame at somebody else, and then these dumbass cops actually go and follow the words of a person that was just trespassed from a store. This is pure incompetence, but this is Esau's showing you that he's a devil.
So why did officers go after Tyrone? It's because a Circle K called about this guy. His name is Derek, and while Derek was being removed, he pointed at Tyrone walking across the street.
While Derek was being removed, so he was trespassed from the Circle K. So then he starts shifting blame on other people, because he feels stupid from being removed from the store. And then these dumbass cops go on somebody's word that something happened. I don't know what did he say he did that warranted them to physically stop somebody and detain them.
Street and claimed Tyrone had assaulted him.
And So he said he got assaulted by him. So a guy that just got trespassed said he was assaulted. These are super cops, stupid cops. So obviously the guy's lying because he don't want to get in any further trouble. He's just trespassed and he feel ashamed and hurt that he got removed from the store. He probably may have been loitering or stealing or saying something disrespectful to the employees or customers. I don't know. They're not going to tell us the whole story.
You didn't confirm Derek's story with any of the witnesses inside.
No. Dude, why didn't you wait here first?
Derek's story would end up being false, but in that moment...
Right. So basically, this is how the devil will operate. They can operate on false information, murder you, and then say, "Oh no, we just going on information that we found out later was false." But the penalty still lies on the person that you victimized. That's Satan for you. What punishment? They get no punishment, right? That's what normally happens.
The prosecutor asked Officer Harris how all of this could have been avoided.
The defendant had just put his hands down or said, I can't hear, or I need to write, or something like that. What would you have done?
I would have had him sit down.
Yes, you see him trying to avoid him, right? And he jumps on him. He immediately jumps on him. All right, so the point is that this is just Esau's being nice. This is not Esau's wrath, really.
What would you have done?
I would have had him sit down.
No, there's no way. So you can see that he's clearly running toward him and grabbing him. He's clearly running toward him and immediately grabbing him. And he's trying to take him down to the ground to effect detainment with force. So he's effecting a detainment with force. Let me see. Immediately. See, he's running out really fast. And he's running on him. He's not going to run up on him and just stop. He's running up on him to put his hands on him. And he turned around like, why is this man running after me? All right. So the video will be in the description box. You can watch the rest of the video. But the point is that if he had the ability to put this guy to death, he would have. All right, we go to 2 Ezra 16:33. Well, he had the ability, but if he had the liberty and didn't fear too many consequences, he would just came up and started unloading on him. The virgins, 2 Ezra 16:33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. All right. Why? Because a lot of men are going to be dead. All right. Like this guy, he wanted to delete this Jake. All right, but he probably no. I'll just beat him instead. You know, instead of deleting him, he just beat the crap out of him and his boy. Yeah, and this is they're just playing around. What's going to be happening to Jake is going to be far worse than getting punched 6 or 7 times, tased, stomped on with knees in the back and your thigh and your ribs, twisted around, and this dude can't hear nothing.
Hold him. Move.
And they put a couple 100 volts through him, and see, the elect are going to be protected. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, Isaiah 59:19, and his glory from the rising of the sun. And some of us may meet the same fate as this Jake, all right, and then die, you know, from wounds or get deleted right there on the spot. But for the majority of the elect, all right, are going to be covered by our guardian angels. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, all right, a stream of rushing water. Yahweh's spirit, Yahweh Racha, shall lift up a standard against him. We got Nasa. Root word is Nawas. All right, means the same thing. All right, so we go down to Nawas. Nawas, verb also. Where we at? Right here. Put to flight, to drive hastily, to cause to disappear. So the spirit of Yahweh, his angels, are going to descend down and protect us, like Judah Maccabee was protected. All right. Like when the Lord blinded, I believe it was Syria, the Syrians. I believe that was with Elijah, or was that Elisha? And his minister. The Lord blinded the Syrians, and he made them hallucinate, made them saw blood everywhere. Stigmata, made them saw that, and they fled. Right? They fled. All right. So we know that it's impossible for the Lord's elect to be completely destroyed. You're going to have a few that are going to fall, and the majority are going to be protected by the Lord's angels. All right. The word here is to escape, to drive hastily. So there could be multiple ways that the Lord will protect us. He could give us spiritual power. He can call his angels. We're going to call angels to protect us. All right. So whatever the Lord decides at the time, we will be protected. Yahweh Shai Rajazah. Now, the account I was referring to is 2 Kings 6. And 11. Therefore, the heart of the king of Syria, all right, Aram, was sore troubled for this thing, and he called his servants and said unto them, will ye not show me which of us is for the king of Israel? All right. And one of his servants said, none, my lord, O king, but Elisha, the prophet that is in Israel, telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in thy bedchamber. Yeah, because the Lord can hear everything. All right. So Yahweh can tell the prophet, and the prophet can tell who delivered the message to help Israel to escape. All right. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of the power was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And the servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes. So Elisha already saw the chariots. All right. Or you would see chariots so often, like, even when you don't see him, like, okay, yeah, it's one probably right over there, one over there, one behind me, you know, a couple of them just standing there in the kitchen, angels. Then you got the seraphims up in the air, you know, because the Lord can make Yahweh can make your vision, you know, phase to different sight, in and out, at his will. All right. And at this time, the servant's eyes were open, you know, phased into a different, you know, wavelength, so he could actually see what was there. But there are things in front of us that we can't even see, like certain colors and objects that we can't see right in front of our eyes because of how our eyes operate. But if you put a certain camera that's tuned to a certain frequency, you can actually see things that we can't see with our eye. Like animals can see other things in different frequencies, certain animals. All right. Yeah, different spectrums of light. All right. So the open eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. All right. So these are chariots that were glowing super bright. All right, that was spiritual beings on the mountain, hovering in the mountain, on the mountain, around the mountain. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto Yahweh and said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. All right, so that's the scripture says, when Paul said that we shall judge angels. All right, shall we not judge? So shall we not judge the smallest matters? So we're going to have spiritual power to command the angels to do our bidding, to protect us. The ones of us that survive, which will be the majority of the elect, Yahweh shall rise up. All right. So right there, he commanded the angel, and he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elijah. But it was Elijah's word. And Elisha said unto them, this is not the way, neither is that the way. Follow me, and I will bring you to the man whom you seek. But he led them to Samaria. And it came to pass when they were come to Samaria that Elisha said, Yahweh, open the eyes of these men that they may see. Yahweh opened their eyes, and they saw, and behold, they were in the midst of Samaria. And the king of Israel said unto Elisha, when he saw them, my father, shall I smite them? Shall I smite them? And he answered, thou shalt not smite them. Wouldst thou smite those whom thou hast taken captive with the sword and with the bow? Set bread and water before them, that they may eat and drink and go to their master. So they had mercy. The Lord gave, Elisha gave, well, it's really Yahweh, but Elisha gave the Syrians mercy. All right, and then he talks about the cannibalism. All right, so that's goes into another spirit. All right, so yeah, the power of the angel, the Lord's going to give us command over the angels, just like he gave Elisha. All right, and by his word, he spoke it, and it came to pass immediately. All right, we don't have that power right now. All right, when the Lord gives his elect that power, you'll know it. All right, because we're going to put an officer, 2/3 smart ass mouth come up walking. Will call the angels, and it's going to be by the word of that particular prophet. All right, that's going to put the flight, drive him, all right, away, and whatever the will of the Lord is at the time, that's what's going to happen. All right, so you got one over on him, all right, because that was his judgment. All right, and it was to show that Esau's the devil. It was to show you. Now, where is he? You're going to show him at court.
Of aggravated assault and
has presented sufficient evidence to establish.
In the end, the judge found there was probable cause for the criminal case to move forward against Tyrone. The judge didn't give an explanation, but the ruling means Tyrone still faces felony charges of aggravated assault and resisting arrest.
Yeah, framing for mischief by laws. That's Esau's character in general. He frames mischief by law. So he basically allows these officers and law enforcement to have a very long, ambiguous way to beat the living shit out of you and get away with it. That's what that means. They found probable cause. All right. So I'll leave that there. The Phoenix police, well, it's going to be in the description box. So hope you edified. Shalom.